Greetings everyone and welcome back to Woven Tales and of course to Going Medieval, where in the last episode we largely worked on our gatehouse, which is certainly coming together. Now, since that episode I've had an opportunity to see some of the comments, and indeed I've been thinking about the design and the future problems that might arise from us having some of the windows on the outside. But as a recap to the colony as a whole, we've also got a rather nice temple to the Oak Brethren over here, a nature sanctuary, if you will. We've also got a chapel for the Restitutionists in here. We've got a very lavish and quite newly built Great Hall with some inbuilt defences. We've got a area for brewing of the drinks and a kitchen down below. We also have a library that does need some work, and of course the jewel of Woven Tales for these past couple of episodes, a very large storage area and warehouse. Now, we are actively still expanding the storage area, and on that note, I should probably do a little bit more expanding, thinking about it. We are going to need, there we are, we want this to be dug out around here. Ooh, actually, we should bring it up a little bit, otherwise we'll dig out the wrong shapes, sadly. We want this to be dug out to about those dimensions, and we're going to need to dig in a little bit of an access area so that we can get around behind the pillars here as well. And at that point, we can go ahead and just dig up to connect it. That'll allow people to get to work on that. Once that's done, we can put in some support structures. Now, this episode, though, is going to be largely focused on finishing off the gatehouse and possibly even expanding out the walls down here. I've got a lot of plans for the buildings that are going to exist along this passageway and for the houses down here as well. I'm still, well, the jury, let's say, is still out on whether or not I'm going to replace those homes or move them around. But one thing I just noticed is that we haven't yet finished putting in the quality tables. Now, there are stone tables as well that I never really drew attention to, and I probably should have. But we'll wait for that to be finished, and then we'll replace this one. And the reason why I'm doing them one at a time is so that I don't undesignate the Great Hall as a Great Hall. Now, one of the things that we're going to be doing here is I'm actually going to undo my choice on having windows over here. I'd prefer our archers, if they need to attack someone at this angle, they'll go up on top. Now, I'm going to replace this with walls, largely so the merlons look right. As we've seen before, merlons on top of windows, they just don't look right, unfortunately. And this is something that I very much want to try and improve on. Furthermore, I am going to start replacing these areas back here. This is going to be our actual gatehouse, and this is going to be a part of the gatehouse structure, even if the wall is a little bit further down. So let's start with removing these, and we can replace these then with stone walls, and that will go a good bit to helping there. There we go. Take that one out as well, and we'll do the same on this side. Now, I don't always include all of the building in the episodes, but it's been a little while since I've really had you around for a large part of the actual building work itself. So I'm thinking that we're probably going to do a little bit less cut heavy in this episode, just so that you can see the work that goes into keeping Woven Tales going. Another thing that has been said is that people may destroy our stone braziers out here. If they do, then I'll redress that, or rather I'll address it at that point. Oh, marvellous, the snow is melting, so you can have a proper look at the lovely brickwork that we've got going through here. Actually, on that note, we need to build up the little courtyard area here as well. You know what? In fact, I'm going to change my mind on that. We're instead going to have the entire courtyard area be the clay bricks. I think that will look rather lovely. We'll also do away with these. There we go. Let's get those out of here. I pretty much just want the metal traps going all the way down where I can. There we go. Let's pop those in place. Now, it's going to be a long while before we can get that. Sadly, we need a lot more mechanical parts to make all of that work, and we'll get to that in time. But right now, we don't have any means to make mechanical parts ourselves, which is a bit of a shame. Additionally, we have 2 crossbows in reserve, which means 2 more of our peeps can be upgraded to crossbows. And for this, I would like to find the people with the best marks. Wow, 21, Russell? You absolutely deserve a crossbow. Let's get you equipped. There we go. Manu, how are you doing? You've got a marksmanship of 9, marksman of 12 there on Peter. Sorry, Peps. I always say Peter. I do apologize. 16 on Fui. So Fui's currently the best chance of getting the last crossbow we have, and I think that's really going to be it. So yeah, it's going to be Fui there with a marksman of 16. Let's get you upgraded to a crossbow as well. That's going to be fantastic. We're going to have 3 people with crossbows. This is going to be absolutely marvelous. Now, of course, whenever we do anything like that, I do need to go through and allow everything on the map just to make sure that we pick up the longbows and store them correctly. But there we go, getting a little bit more work done down there. Let's have a look. How's the expansion going here? Actually, not going too terribly badly. Brilliant. Let's get these in position then. All right, the tile we want is directly beneath here, so there and there as well, and that should be good. Perfect. There we are. Right, once these are in place, we can start putting down the wooden beams, and in fact, since they've already taken care of the area between them, I can put the wooden beams in right now. It is quite finicky. And this is part of the reason why I wanted to keep you around for the building here. Is quite often I kind of gloss past the finickiness of building things, and as a result, I don't illustrate how to get past these problems if you're having them yourself. So every now and then, having a little break and actually showing the ins and outs of the building designer in the game is worth it, in my opinion. Right, let's finish off by building out these walls there. And the walls over here as well. There we are. Perfect. Now that creates a solid little area there. I'm going to want some stairs. And the stairs, we're going to go with limestone block stairs. I think having the stair going up here would be perfectly fine on each side. They will be able to access the different sides from outside of... from above this area, so they'll be able to walk either way. So they could come in, go up on this side and come down on that side. Quite a few people have pointed out that there is a bit of an inefficiency on the access to the roof of the Great Hall, since you can only really get on this side. So if you wanted to be stood over there, you have to go all the way around. And there are ways that I could do away with that by having this roof tile, for example, be flooring. But I actually prefer the look of it not to have a piece of wooden flooring there and have the roof set back by one. I actually think it looks a lot better having the roof flush with the wall there. So for the sake of aesthetics, we're actually going to keep that one the way it is. We are also going to do away with these merlons. Let's get that out of the way, and indeed this one as well, because we are going to be building that out along here. This is going to be our new walkway right down here and along. This will have a door access right about here, perhaps. Actually, thinking about that, given that the door access will be there, we might not want this ladder where I've put it. We actually want it back an extra tile. That's a bit of a shame, but it'll be worth it to get that in the correct place so that we can have our access from the rampart all the way around. Next step, we are going to pop in the stone brick merlons right along here. So all the way along to the corner, and the same down on this side, all the way along. We'll leave that little space there, though, for a piece of flooring. But we will need the corner merlon just set in there. There we are. Perfect. And, oop, that's the wrong building there. There we go. And then we can just fill that up. Excellent. And at this step, we can now take away the entire wall that we've got here. For this one, I'm going to allow them to demolish all the way down, so that I get rid of the wall as well as the ceiling or the floorboards. That little nook there. I wonder, would that look a bit better to have a roof section there? I think it would, actually. Let's go ahead and do that. I think that'll look really nice. Right, let's get back to work down here. We want to make sure that we're leaving enough room for the doorways. There and there. Now, on this side, the doorway is going to be in a different position because this wall is going to be pushed so much further back. But that should be fine for now. And let's build a way to get up there as well. Just something like that will do. We want to have flooring all the way around on the inside of this structure. And bring that all the way out for the outer merlons over there. We'll probably have this be an internal structure in here. So to that end, I don't want to have a piece of flooring going above this door because I want to keep easy access to attacking anyone at the door. Ferocious swarm, a relentless stream of wolves poured into woven tails, teeth bared and eyes aglow. Whether their sudden visitation resulted from hunger or playful destruction was unclear. Brandishing tools and shielding the stock, the settlers had to drive them off. Alright, how many have we got? We've got 27 wolves. That's actually not too much at all. There's nothing outside for us to go and collect. There are... Well, actually, you know what? There aren't any things outside for us to collect at all. So we should, in fact, be fine. This is an opportunity for us then. Okay, well, let's get our best fighters up on the ramparts. Russell, let's get you up here. You're already there. Fantastic. Dr. Lady Terra, you are drafted. Let's get you up there. And Fui, let's get you up there as well. Now, we shouldn't need to go out, so I'm not inclined to worry about that for now. Can you hit them from here? You might be able to, yes. But let's move you forward a little bit more. I could even have some of you go up onto the actual, onto the Great Hall ramparts, but I think this should be fine for now. Let's get you down there. The crossbows have fantastic range, so we should be able to thin them out quite aggressively, even from this distance. And thankfully, they're automatically forbidden when we kill them. So we're not going to have people rushing out to try and collect anything, which would have been a bit of a problem otherwise. Right, okay. And do we have enough wood for everything that we're trying to do? We've got 86 wood. That's not a lot, actually. That may cause us a little bit of a problem in a bit, but we'll see how it goes. Especially because this requires 15, and I would like to build it right across there, like so. We're going to have wooden floors all the way up here. Now, sadly, it probably is going to mean that I'm going to have to do away with these little roofs there. I was initially thinking of taking the whole thing up an extra layer, but I think having this area be more of a balcony is going to look more striking, so we're going to go with that for now. I will, however, build this out and across. There we go. As for this section... Yeah, I'm thinking we might actually have these floorboards going all the way across here. There we go. That'll give us a very nice access area. And this area then can be built up to have the full wall effect. Now, we'll have a roof on top of this, so it doesn't matter if we have some windows up here. If we want them, we absolutely can. And to that end, I think we will actually have the windows going in here. That should be fine. Let's go ahead and pop these down there and there, and we can have some banners or something out there. I'll have to build a scaffolding to allow that, but we've already taken out quite a large number of the wolves here. I'm thinking we are going to need some extra peeps up top though. Let's get you up there. From this vantage point, you should be able to really mess with the wolves down in the gully there. I think we'll, well, sure, we'll bring out Dander as well. The more people we have, actually, Dander, you go down there. The more people we have up here right now, the faster this is going to go, and the sooner we can go out and collect all of that hide for armor. There we are. We're actually doing a fantastic job. The crossbow users have got exceptional range around here, but I'm hoping that from up here, we're going to be able to get a decent amount of attacks. There we go. Perfect. There we are. Now, the remaining... once we've got a couple of stragglers, I may actually have my melee fighters go out there to try and deal with them a little bit. You'll notice that the animal handling is going up from hunting. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that we're not going to be getting any kind of shepherding or ranching, but it's certainly not in the game just yet. And animal handling largely only affects hunting right now. I may actually take someone out to try and lure the wolves to attack in a moment, because they'll still have to advance past all of our archers, which will more than likely just wipe them out. There we go. Another one down. Another one down. There is one left, and it's probably going to go out in a second. There we go. Wow, we didn't even have to go outside. That was actually kind of intimidating, I'm going to be honest. Our archers are deathly accurate at this point. Right, we're going to want some flooring over here as well to build our doors up here. We're just going to go for the regular doors. We don't need them to be reinforced at this point. There we go. Perfect. Right, you're going to have a lot of work to do, peeps. Are these mature or are they growing? They are mature. Fantastic. They managed to reach maturity before winter arrived. So with that, I'm going to tell them to go ahead and harvest one block of the trees. I may actually have to expand our groves a little bit. I'm thinking that's gonna be a big push sooner or later. Let's see how we're doing down here. Got plenty of room down here. We've got a lot of smoked meat, which is actually very nice. I'm actually very, very happy with that. And how long will the roast meats take? Well, right now, it's so cold in here that nothing's ever going to rot. So I guess checking right now is not going to be that useful for me. Right, the next things that we're going to need down here, we need the support beams there and there. Oh, actually, no. I made a mistake. We first need to add this in. Let's pop that in. Even if they build the support beam, it won't matter because they can shrink the size. They just don't expand it out again. There we go. Once those are in place, we can then hollow out everything that remains down here. And we'll have a very, very expansive area for all of the warfare items and apparel for our citizens. And we may as well hunt there as well. We've got a decent amount of haulers who can take care of all of this. Fantastic in here. Let's go ahead, deconstruct this. Now, I'm not sure if this gives me any kind of overall list of the value of the room. Heating, floor insulation, roof insulation, wall insulation, or rather isolation. I'm imagining it means insulation, I'm not sure. Total isolation. Area is 466. The room temperature is relatively low. However, not extremely happy with that, I'm not going to lie. We may need a couple more braziers. Perhaps a few braziers up on the higher levels would help out. That may well be worth it. Either that or a couple more torches. Either one would do. You know what? Let's go with... Down here we've got 6 total braziers on the bottom floor. None on the second, and none on the roof. But let's go ahead and pop down a brazier or 2 on the upper section. As for down here, there's not that many comfortable places I could put a brazier, but I guess I could pop one over here between the game tables. That will help out a little bit, I think. We can't easily pop one there, even though that would be very useful, because this would block the double door over there, and I really would like to keep that as is. Right, now that we've designated a bunch of wood cutting to be done, we should be able to confidently place down the remaining floorboards that we need for this build. There we go. Now, in some places, I have placed the floorboards such that they will probably interfere with some of the walls that are being placed, and that's a pain in the bum. But there's not too much I can do about it right now. There we are. Let's pop that in. Okay, all coming together very nicely. At some point, I'm probably going to go outside, dot around a couple of torches, and possibly even some further supports here and there, just to complete the look of this these areas. But for now, I think this should be fine. We'll have a double window there, and we'll have a door right at the bottom here, and same on this side, double window and a door going in that direction. Over here, right now, this is the easiest way up, but we already have other ways that they can go, so we can at this point deconstruct everything down here. So let's go ahead and do that and free up some of the resources that are locked in the constructions here. Then we're going to fill this out. We could have, like I said, some extra double windows. And yeah, I think that would be reasonable. Actually, we could have a double window here and single windows on these sides and have a support pillar just going up along there, just to give it a little bit of visual stimulation, a bit of greebling, if you're familiar with the term, where you add largely superfluous geometric shapes to an otherwise bland surface to make the surface look more complicated than it actually is. There we go. Let's get that sorted out there. You've probably seen her a lot if you watch any kind of science fiction show. You've probably seen like spaceships with all kinds of surfaces and patches of plating or pipework on the outside of the hull that realistically, why would you build it out there? You'd probably make a smooth hull, but it's added there just to give a bit of visual noise so that it's a little bit more of an interesting thing to look at. And that is largely what we're trying to do here. Although this, of course, isn't meant to be a specifically a vanity project, I do want it to have certain qualities, and one of them is to be interesting to look at. In fact, I might even be able to do something here by bringing this wall in a little bit. I'm somewhat tempted to, actually. Yes, I'm gonna cancel some of the work that we're doing here, and we're just gonna make it look even more interesting. Okay, well, I've decided I probably won't have the supports on the outside, and we will go with double windows here. There we go. This is also why I cut a decent amount of the video when I'm building stuff. There's a lot of back and forth as I'm deciding exactly what I want to build. But I think this will look lovely because we can have a wall, we can have some pennants fluttering, and then have a double window right there as well. That will give some really much needed visual noise there. I think that'll end up looking really, really nice. Right, we can safely get rid of these. Let's get them out of the way. And following that, we will just lead this path up to the gatehouse. I mean, we'll have to wait a little bit for it to be done. We've got to wait for those to be deconstructed before we can place it down. You can't build a floor over a floor. They don't replace them, which is a bit of a shame. That would be a very nice quality of life addition, in my opinion. Right, we're going to want some supports over here. We don't need these supports, strictly speaking, but I would like to have them built there all the same. There we go. Right, we will probably just build the roof straight across this section, so it'll kind of have an overhang. I don't think there's any way that we can make that look really good otherwise. So we'll have to have a watch of that one and see what we can come up with. Right, as for over here though, we're going to want some more merlons. And if I do this, I'm going to have to shift these down, which is a bit of a shame. But I think that's where we're going to be going with this. We're going to move these down. And that might actually address the concerns that people had about the braziers, in fact. I wonder, could I have them there? Oh, I can just have them behind the braziers. Okay, well, we'll see how that works. We'll see how that works out. That being said, yeah, look, if we build the merlons into this wall, it's going to look odd. These pennants will have an odd look to them. I do want the murder holes, though that being said, are the murder holes necessary when the only thing it's going to be protecting are these? Ooh, that's a good point. Having murder holes here isn't actually going to benefit us in any realistic way because no one should be standing here. There's no particular reason why our enemies would congregate in these areas, so there's no reason for us to have bow access to them. So okay, we might be able to change this up a little bit. Either way, though, I do need to remove these to create the correct effect. So we're going to pull these roofs and the supports down by one. I will rebuild the roofs, though. I think we're going to be able to get away with that, as these merlons will be built directly atop the walls, right along to about there. The same over here. We will want them on the outside down here just going all the way down there. And you may be wondering why I've allowed, or rather I've left a conspicuous gap there. And that is because I would like the corner merlons to go in there and just kind of cap it off. We could perhaps... Yes, actually, I think we're going to pop that one just a little bit further along. It doesn't quite make for much sense why the merlon would exist right there, but it does make it look like it's being supported by the wall a little bit better. So let's get all of these items in place. There we go. We're going to need a corner section right over here. And finally, I'm thinking to avoid the problem of having the merlons jutting down, their supports jutting down over the windows, we will leave this area conspicuously empty. Now, generally speaking, if we're attacking the people in there, it'll be the archers at the windows that'll be doing that. We're not going to be positioning our archers along these walls, generally speaking. I think this should work out quite well, though. Now, there's going to be an awful lot of gathering and building materials in order to finish this build, but I'm satisfied that I've shown you what I intend to build. The only thing that we've really left out is the roof, but gonna have to wait and decide how I want to design that. But I'm going to drop a cut here finally. Some of you might be thinking, and we shall return when the gatehouse is near completion. So see you very, very soon. Lost property. Appearing deranged at first, Abeta was simply overcome with terror, a pitiful stumbling corpse with wheals from binding and harsh beatings by a cruel master. Abeta begged, "Hide me. I'll die if I'm caught." Right, okay, who's following you? 3 movable trebuchets. I think we're up to the task. Very well, you may stay. Honestly, you could stay even if I wasn't certain that we were up to the task. But first and foremost, we need to find a little bit about you. Age 24, 77 kilos, 172 centimeters. First and foremost, we need your name. Everyone, please welcome Magres Polar Bear. I can only assume magic-resistant polar bear. Are polar bears particularly known for being magically resistant? Or is it maybe they're resistant to magnetism? Are they known for being magnetic? I don't know, but this name does make me question. Thank you ever so much for your patron support, mate. Welcome to Woven Tales. You are a cheerful alchemist. They became disillusioned, questing for the Philosopher's Stone, and sought the elixir of youth. She could read Greek and Arabic and made copious notes in code. They occasionally despaired, her dreams reduced to glittering dross. After the apocalypse, they would whistle as they worked, almost as though the horrors of the recent times had passed her by. Their reason to be cheery was simply simple enough. She had caught the pestilence, but had dodged the Grim Reaper. Life was indeed good. You are somnolent. You love nothing better than a nice long snooze. Okay, so we finally got a friend for Dr. Lady Terra in that regard. Heat resistant, marvellous to hear. As for your skills, though, let's have a quick look at those. Intellectual, very high. Medicine, not too bad. Speechcraft. Okay, well, marksman you're going to be, because honestly we just don't need more melee fighters. So let's quickly get you set up. First, with the schedule. Honestly, you're gonna be friends with Dr. Lady Terra. There we go. Pop. And let's get that all set up for you. Next up, jobs. Well, let's have a look. 1, you're not terrible at medicine. I will allow you to do on a 4, but you are gonna coalesce. Hunting, you can have that at a 5. Frankly, it's not a very big priority for you. Neither is construction, actually, but harvesting definitely gonna be a decent one. Mining, we'll drop that down to a 4. I mean, you've not got terrible skills, so you may as well. Cooking, though, you seem pretty interested in cooking. That's fine, and you're very good at research, even though you don't have a particular focus for it. And you'll notice that I've just bumped everyone's hauling up to 2. They'll do their primary job, and then they'll do some hauling if there's anything left. I'm going to pop smithing onto a 2 for you as well, though. You're not going to do any carpentry. I will allow some tailoring, but we'll see how that one goes. I would like you to have a ranged weapon, since you are fairly low skilled as far as our marksmanship goes. I'm not going to worry over much about that, but please pop on some winter clothes, please pop on some light armor, and please pop on a cap. There you go. Be off with you and hopefully get some treatment. There we are. Someone will come and collect all of these things reasonably soon. Oh, look at all the dead trees. I don't know. It gives us... there's something beautiful about them. And far from the cliche of how beautiful at night, whilst they are quite charming by the light of the moon, I think there's something uniquely pretty about trees that have lost their leaves by daylight, but specifically the daylight. Well, I mean, I suppose I've never really seen a tree that's lost its leaves that wasn't also charred because it got hit by lightning or something outside of winter. But there's something about the kind of the diffuse light of the low-hanging sun that you get at winter times that just pairs particularly well with trees that have shed their leaves. As you can see down here, we're expanding out a little bit, and we've gotten quite a lot of the keep done. I have replaced the door here with windows because it occurred to me, actually, I was intending to expand out the walls, so I might as well start work on that, really. There we go. Let's build this across there, and indeed fill that in with some tiling. We will have some new roofs just there. It should capture the effect we want. You can also notice that I've got some flags and plenty of light all around. Though we are currently shy a little bit on stock. Really? Well, that's a bit of a shame. Okay. All right. Glad we just spotted you. Let's get that built as quickly as we can. And I guess take this down as well. Have we got enough? Oh, we don't have enough clay. No, we do, thankfully. And in fact, we've got even more. I'm really sorry about this, Wife's Biggest Fan. You're kind of now in a bit of an awkward situation in that I really desperately need you to get this done as fast as you possibly can. We need to rebuild these walls lest you starve out here. And enemies are on their way as well, which isn't great. Can we maybe get a little bit more? Oh dear, this is not the greatest. My most biggest fan, do you actually do any kind of mining? You are not doing a good job of this. Well, that isn't the best, to be certain. Oh, there we go. We got a little bit of clay there. Fantastic. We just need a little bit more and you might even get out of here alive. Ah, happy will be the day. Let's pop that down there. There we go. Just need a tiny bit more. These are the problems you sometimes run into when you take your eyes off the prize for even a moment. On the plus side, because all of this is dirt down here, we can just rebuild this. I just figured that I may as well grab as much of the actual clay as I could oh no, we're down to the rock. That's not great. Hopefully someone else will come along with the remainder, because we've got to do that in the next 10 hours. Is anyone heading over? Perhaps I could grab Belial. I know you're hungry, mate. Well, okay, I'll let you eat. Right, yeah, I'll also let you drink, because, you know, you need something to wash down the food. There you go. Now, can you get out here and help out? Oh. No. My most biggest fan, I need you drafted. Move down here. Thank you. Now you can go back to sleep. No, don't. Why? No. Please. Stop being a scoundrel. Okay, try and dig that then. Is Belial on the way? Yes. Let's get these stairs made for you. No, because I know what will happen. You will get in Belial's way and then they won't be able to build it. Right, there you go. Now you can... Really? Go. Up here. There we are. Now. There we go. Finally. Oh, I saved you. I also put you in that terrible, terrible predicament. My bad. I do apologize. But all's well that ends well. I'm sure we can all agree. Right, okay, so we've got 6 hours until the enemies arrive, but quite a lot of just busy work until then, continuing with resource harvesting and indeed with expanding the storage space down here. We've actually come a good long way towards that at this point, actually. I'm very happy to see. We will get all of this done, but yes, right now we are lacking the stone to build more brick walls, so that's really what's holding us back. I'm going to go ahead and pass a little bit of time though, and I shall bring you back when the enemies arrive. The brute spoke soft but menacing. Magres polar bear belongs to me. Hand over my slave, or you will all suffer. They are especially valuable because their name is so long. We're going to operate as the printing presses of ye olde Americani used to do. The more characters, the more money has to change hands. I demand my incredibly, incredibly valuable slave back. No, you're not getting them back. We're going to keep them all the more for all of their fantastically numerous letters in their name. Right, are we going to see trebuchets or not? Is this going to happen? No, no, it is not. No trebuchets this time. Oh, you're on the far side. You're near the tower. Okay. Oh. All right, then. Well, I'm going to let you guys get inside, but that's going to be the last of the hauling that you're going to do. Grab as much as you can and get back. It's important hauling because we don't have Merlons right now. So our defenses are going to be a little bit lackluster in many ways. I'm quite concerned. Oops. What I want to do is expand this out. There we are. Let's fill this all up with warfare items. We're about to get an awful lot more of them. Further to that, we're also going to want to open these. Now, thankfully, with stewardship such a high priority now, we should be able to very quickly get them opened. So let's make sure they're all opened and ready. Now, because we don't have the Merlons up top, we're going to have to rely on the Merlons around our Great Hall, I'm going to say, as the main attack point. Is everything else hauled in? Good. Everything else is doing all right. But then we'll retreat down here to the windows. Okay. All right. There we are. Time for us to get people in position. Russell, let's get you up here. You can go there. Dr. Lady Tara will go there as well. Nice long range up here. Actually, Dr. Lady Tara, no. You're going to stay down here. The reason for that is that I feel that when it comes to firing down on people in the gully, we have a bit more trouble with the rooftop up there. It's a little bit more obscured, the sight line, so we're not going to get as many good shots. Pepster, let's get you down here as well. There we go. I think we've got everyone now set to move. Right, Mouse Karina, time for us to get you in here, and I do believe they've opened the windows. Perfect. Alright, let's get you in position. I want you around this corner, because they'll be coming around this, so their archers might actually shoot in. So let's instead settle our settlers over on this side. Has that one been opened? Oh, that one hasn't been opened yet, damn it. Okay, well, let's hope that everyone can get into position reasonably fast and take care of that. Alright, move to your stations, please. We'll see how this goes down. Hopefully it goes well, but we're going to have to see. Are they on their way? They seem to be trying to work out how to reach us. I am not going to go and plink them. No way, no how. But what I will do is I will have Belial stand outside. And maybe that will draw them in. We'll see. I'll have a watch. Belial, where are you? And have you managed to step outside? No, not yet. Come along. Raiders. Have you noticed Belial yet? Shall I run Belial a little bit closer? Hello? Hi? Come on, you. There we go. I think they're sort of thinking about it. Come on. Come on. There we go. Uh-oh. Belial, run. Oh, wow, 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 wow. That was a bit closer than I would like. Right, Belial, you've served your purpose. Get back inside, please, and thank you. Right, let's have a watch of our archers now. Okay, we've got some good hits. Got some very good hits. Ooh, one counterattack there hit Russell. Let's have a look at you, Russell. Now, bear in mind that Russell is wearing armor. He's got good wool gambeson right now. And you took a pierced arm muscle. Not great, but it is what it is. Let's keep up the fight. Come on. There we go. Ooh, another hit there. But it wasn't a terrible one. Thankfully, the Merlins are doing a brilliant job. Now, we will draw our archers back shortly. Okay, good couple of misses there. Seeing a lot of misses going on right now. This is fantastic. Ooh, that was too heavy of a hit. Okay, need you to retreat. Let's get you out of the way. Move along the Merlon, please. Keep it up. Keep the defenses going. Fui? Okay, you stand forward. I'm not sure of having you so far forward of the others, but... Right, Russell, I need you to just head back. Go get healed up, please. Right. Saddler wounds need tending. Indeed they do. Indeed they do. Lots of misses. Ooh, they're getting right under Dr. Lady Tara now. Don't approve of that, not even slightly. Keep it up. Ooh, Dr. Lady Terra's getting a couple of solid hits there. Still, you're in a good position, so let's have you make your way down here. I'm going to set these to be opened so we can fire down from them. Abandon that post for now, Dr. Lady Terra. Manu's still doing a good job, but Manu Pepster, I think it's time we be on the move. Let's get in there. Go, go, go. Move quickly whilst you're relatively uninjured. Fui's doing a good job where they're stood. Well done, Fui. There we are. Right, they're being forced to move in. Could I get... Right, Manu, could you open this? Prioritize opening the window, Manu. Thank you. And opening that one, thank you. Now go back to being drafted. Pepster, I'm not sure if you're going to be able to shoot past Dr. Lady Tara from this position. What happened? Margaret's polar bear, why? Well, that is rubbish. They're going to go down. And there's not a lot we can do about it. Well, Poop. Can you flee? Can you flee? They seem to ignore you for a second. I don't think you're going to get away, but we can try. Why did you go up there? I don't understand at all. If you manage to survive through this, I'm going to be amazed. Alright, we need... Bilal, you need to go out and you need to draw them in. Let's go. And the rest of our fighters, likewise. Could you be undrafted? Alright, let's go. Get out there. Now, if we're lucky... Fire back. Are our fighters going to be able to get up there? I don't know. I really don't. I think Magrez Polar Bear is going to go down in this engagement. We did our best. Oh, they're down but not dead. Oh, Bilal, you brave so-and-so. That's right. Take the fight to them. Let's bring our defenders down. Okay. You all need to be up here from now on. Riven Knight, let's get down here. We've got to be really aggressive now. I took my eyes off the prize, and this is the result. This is all on me. Well done. Get in there, Bilal. Ooh, you took a nasty hit there, but you got a sword and board. You're okay for now. Come on, closer to the wake. Let's get up there. Excellent positioning, Riven Knight. Our archers stand at the ready. Let's get everyone outside now. This has turned into a messy conflict, true. But we've got to try and save Magrez Polar Bear. We shall not abandon any of our colonists, no matter the risk. Though... Ooh, closer to the wake you are. You are really... Oh, is it Riven Knight who's messed up there? I think it may, in fact, be Riven Knight. Riven Knight, draw back. Draw back. You don't need to be tanking at the front. Oh, there we go. The beleaguered settlers came under attack in the winter of 1353. Their ordeal continued for 7 hours and 3 minutes, one of the longest battles. 15 sworn enemies died. Dr. Lady Terra Hart was the bravest, as always, dealing the most blows to the foe. Magrez Polar Bear took the most damage for the enemy, thinking only of defending Woven Tales. What? How they thought they were defending Woven Tales? I have no idea. Maybe what happened is that, look, you're taking too much risk for little old me. I'm going to walk out and maybe they'll follow me. Don't try to stop me. This is what I must do. Ah, such a noble heart. Belial blocked the most hits. Well done, Belial. Close to the wake, you need to be moving like the bloody wind right now. Get over there and grab Magrez Polar Bear. You're not actually wounded in the legs, thankfully, so you should be fine. Every single one of the enemies is down. Thank goodness. Right. We're going to need to coalesce for a while, so we're going to unlock the doors. Most unfortunate. Quickly, go unlock that door and immediately climb to bed. Go. You should be able to get there fast enough. All of you. There we go. Go, 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 go. How close to death are you? Oh, my lord. You've got enough blood, so you may actually be okay. Your blood loss is going to be nasty, but... We should be able to handle this. Oh my goodness, that was a big fight. That was a big nasty fight. Well done, Russell. Let's get this door open. Are you unlocking the door? Can you unlock the door? And then maybe go to bed? Let's get everyone inside. Come on. I mean, you can have some drinks and... you know what? A little bit of a celebration after a battle well fought. Sure. But we do need you to move quickly. Really, really quickly. You're taking them to the furthest place. Oh, why? The whole point of me putting this up here was so that you could... fine, whatever. Right. Belial? You're not, in fact. You're going to tend to wounds. Russell, I know you're hurt. Tend to wounds. We need to do this quickly. Dr. Lady Tara took a couple of blows there. Well done, though. I don't even know what Dr. Lady Tara's kill score is going to look like. It's going to be terrifying, whatever it is. That was a messy conflict, largely because, yeah, we didn't really control people going out. I took my eyes off the prize, and it was down to me, that one. Right. Who have we got? Who've got other tending skills? Mouse Karina? Where are you? You're resetting a trap? You shouldn't be. You should, in fact, be tending to wounds. No. Don't. Why can't you tend to wounds? Please don't tell me that we're out of healing herbs. No, you can definitely still tend to wounds. Okay. Well, we'll see how this all goes. Let's speed up time a little bit. Make sure that everyone's okay. Belial, well done. Russell, well done. Now, Belial, who are you going to next? Tending wounds. What a trooper you are. You're hungry. I'd actually like you to go and rest if I could get you to do it. But okay, you've been bandaged up. How are you doing? Okay. Some motor function loss, severe loss of motor function, and unconscious. Well, since I'm asking you to stay in bed, that's actually fine. That's on. Oh, you're up. Never mind. Your unconsciousness has ended. Very well. But let's go watch everyone get healed up, please, Russell. I'm really worried about you. Okay, yeah, praying does seem to make sense, given the situation. Got to give thanks and also appeal to your God's mercy, because you're not out of trouble yet. Let's get you back to bed. Right, Belial, who will tend? Will anyone tend? Let's have a look. No one is currently tending. You're enjoying some entertainment, and while I am happy for that, I'd really like it if you would tend to our best doctor's wounds. We don't want to lose anyone, but losing a doctor is especially painful. There we go. We don't have many of them. There we go. Thank you very much, Belial. Now you can go and have a snooze. Oof. Now, a lot of people are going to be out for the count for a little while. It's going to be a long wait until everyone is back in full health. But let's just double check that everyone has had their worst wounds dealt with. The moderate wounds, they will stop being... the effect will go in 27 hours there. I mean, it's reasonably good for the time being. It could be better, though. Okay, good there. I think we're out of the woods. A messy engagement, but it could have gone significantly worse. That's the first time I've seen someone just go down rather than get straight up killed from a fight. So that was very, very nice. I've not seen any enemies go down. And a couple of people have asked, well, does this mean that we're not going to have any kind of recruiting like in RimWorld? And for the time being, I would say that yes, that's exactly what it means. However, I do believe that the intention is to add this functionality in. So we'll probably see that come in the reasonably near future. But wow, that was way too close. There's no other way of putting it. That is as close as anyone in Woven Tales has come to almost dying so far. And considering how far into the game we've gotten, that's actually a mark of pride, I'm going to be honest. We've been doing reasonably well. But this place is going to fill up stupid fast now. And some of the tiles haven't been fully set up. They haven't had the sticks placed down, but hopefully we'll be able to get to that reasonably soon. All right, well, I'm going to pass a little bit of time, allow our colonists to hopefully recover from some of the worst wounds. I shall bring you back once we've made a little bit more progress on the building. Whew, that was a lot of action there. I think we need a couple of moments and a good cup of tea to calm down. Cold snap. Severe frost turned the ground to iron, ruining planted crops just as we were coming to the end of winter. Well, if that isn't a bit of a kick in the teeth, I don't know what is. Winter is almost over, but this cold snap is going to extend it by a couple of days. Now, we have almost managed to bring in all of the material from the last raid, and we've got a bit more hauling to do in the quarry here. We are slowly getting the gatehouse fabricated. You'll notice we also have many wolf carcasses outside, and that is because we got another ferocious swarm. But honestly, at this point, Woven Tales is actually starting to get so competent at dealing with threats that unless the threats come armed with ranged weapons, it's almost a non-issue for us, and that is an incredibly bold statement to make, and it definitely does mean that the odds of us suffering a loss due to my hubris have gone up rather largely. Furthermore, I've had to open up the hospital room simply because we don't have enough regular beds now. During some shifts, there just aren't enough beds for the amount of people who need to have somewhere to sleep. So we're having to let some people have half as much of a sleep bonus because they're having a shared room, but at least they are getting to sleep. So, you know, there's that. The whole expansion for the downstairs of the storage area has completed. Actually, you know what? One thing I haven't done, and I really should. Let's go ahead and plonk these in there as well. We'll warm this area up as well so that while people are working down there and hauling things to and fro, they get an opportunity to warm up a little bit. But little by little, we are slowly getting things to rights. And indeed, food-wise, we're rather good. We've got 422 meals, 32 of which are roasted meats, 339 of which are smoked meats, 20 of them are stews, and 31 of them are lavish meals. So we are pretty good. And this is coming out of winter as well. So if you're coming out of winter in that strong of a position, it's probably reasonable to say that you're not going to suffer with anything from this point on. Why are you cold? Are you not wearing... No, you're wearing winter clothes. Well, actually, to be fair, it's a cold snap. I don't think anyone has got any kind of clothing that would be able to handle a cold snap. Maybe we'll be able to get to a point where we have some woolen animals that we'll be able to shear, livestock and that sort of thing, and we'll be able to more consistently make sure that we're making wool winter clothes. That seems like it would be a good move to make, but we have made it all the way to spring. Spring has arrived in Woven Tales. As the sun warmed, the sleeping crown, vegetation began to grow. Well, you would be forgiven for assuming that wasn't the case, because it's still minus 33 outside. But oh well, I suppose that's given us a little bit of extra time on getting the wolf carcasses. Mind you, they are actually going to rot really soon. That makes me very sad, but ultimately they were going to attack us, so there wasn't a lot that we could do about it. How is my storage done? Oh, there's loads of room. You know what? I really, really hate, with a fiery passion, the idea of wasting food, especially meat. Something had to die so that we can have that. So I'm going to take the drastic action of giving everyone a top emergency priority on hauling. Now, that's going to be kind of shared between everything. I could micromanage it. I'm not going to. I don't think I'm going to let people... Really? How can you be idle? Piccolo, how on earth can you be idle? That I don't understand. What do you mean? Get out there and haul in the carcass, please. There should be no one idle. Russell, how can you be idle? I've literally just given you a priority haul job. Okay, there is probably, I'm going to guess then, some kind of bug with the hauling, and that's why this is not being done properly. But hopefully by having told the idle settlers to do some hauling, that will have snapped them out of it. But I wouldn't have noticed that until this moment, simply because without that, I really can't tell that people weren't prioritizing other jobs. This is the first time where I know that everyone has got a job, 100%. Okay, well, that's kind of vexing, but I suppose I can live with it. I guess at the end of the day, I ended up having to micromanage all of this anyway. A little bit annoying, but as long as we don't lose too many of these corpses to rot, of all things, then I'm going to be okay with it. Melody Rose, would you care to come and haul, please? There we go. We've almost got everything done. You know what? Let's grab everyone. Come on. Let's get you all down here. Bring them in. Please don't allow any of this to rot. There we go. Oh, that one's already been designated to someone. Could you grab that one instead? There we go. I think we've got all of them coming in now. We may lose one or two of them to rot, though. I'm not sure that I'm going to be able to avoid that completely, but we'll certainly try. Could you grab this one? Oh, thank goodness. Right, how long did we have on it? We had... Oh, I can't see anymore. Can I see what you're carrying? No. No, I can't see what you're carrying, but at the very least, it seems that we've managed to get the most of it in. Now, we are sitting on a completely fully stocked research situation, so I'm thinking it's high time for us to get the Secrets of Steel. Let's go ahead and unlock that. Now, that is going to give us access to some of the much more important items in the game, namely the heavy crossbows. Now, for steel, I need 30 iron ingots, 20 coal, and it'll produce 30 steel ingots and 100 ash. Well, that is fine by me. Do this until we have. Now, this one we're going to actually limit because, well, obviously, we don't need to worry about the fuel that they're going to use because they really can only use one type of fuel. But let's limit that to 100. So that means there'll be 4 good productions made of it, and then we'll be over the limit until we use some up. But I think that's going to have to be where we wrap up today's episode. Bit of a nail-biter with one of the raids, and it's probably the first raid that really got close to actually taking someone out. We haven't managed to finish the Gatehouse as much as I would like, but we'll be able to finish up that work in the next episode, and at the same time, we should be able to expand out that wall and actually start making some nicer bedrooms, some proper bedrooms for our people. But that is going to be it from me for today. I really do hope you have enjoyed and will indeed be joining me for the next episode. But until then, and as always, do take care, everyone.